Ooh, it's chilly. Let's go for a run.
Last set, realized I'm still figuring these out. I haven't done a bunch of them, but realizing that my grip's a little narrow, so I'm widening out to get a better stance on it. Last set, just doing 5 sets of 5, trying to get, and I'm only doing strict right now. Felt like that would give me more bang for my buck. Kind of like practicing these more than just trying to get a good workout.
Hey man, we got a good workout in. Running out of daylight, but gotta get that ride in. Let's go.
Riding through the neighborhood, dog. Just riding through the neighborhood. Anyway, like I said earlier, back with a Motovlog. After we got that good gym session in today and going over a different topic than usual, I want to talk about CrossFit. Yeah.
Hold on, man. Already fogging up.
If y'all got a fix for that, let me know in the comments.
We're in a little bit of traffic. It is a lot of traffic. We're gonna make a cut.
We made it past 2 stop signs. So today we're gonna be talking about CrossFit, all right? I've been doing it for about 6 months, so this is an impression. I wouldn't call it a review. I think that, especially with fitness programs, you got to give them some time. And I mean, 6 months, I mean, it's half a year, but I've been working out for 20 plus years, so I don't want to attribute everything that I've done physique-wise and performance-wise to CrossFit. Ooh, Lord. Alright, so I'll start off talking about kind of my experience with CrossFit. Sorry, my fitness journey in general. Like I said, I've been working out for about 20 years. Done primarily, dabbled in some split programs with bodybuilding. When I was in college, playing football, did straight up strength conditioning. So I've been familiarized with terms like progressive overload, or programs that use principles such as progressive overload, periodization, etc. If you're a personal trainer or you're within the fitness realms, those will probably be terms you're familiar with, but that's not what this Motovlog or vlog's about. In regards to my experience with CrossFit, I was introduced to it early 2012 or so. I mean, I feel like everybody knew about CrossFit then. That was the boom, right? I had just finished playing college football, and I was already doing personal training, and I saw the CrossFit games and said, hey, that looks fun. So I started going to an affiliate. Take a break here at the stop sign. It's a crazy workout here. Go ahead, I'm waiting on y'all. Back on to when I first started, yeah, I was going to an affiliate. It was out in Pensacola, Florida. I was going about 3 times a weekend. It was fun, man, for a while. And no disrespect to that gym, it was awesome. Couple things. First off, I just didn't have a lot of money, and CrossFit was expensive then, and I believe it's still expensive now. Is it worth it? That's subjective, okay? That'll vary from person to person and what their value / what they want to gain from a workout / health experience. Anyway, I went to that affiliate for about, I wouldn't even say a year, about 3 or 4 months, and I went 3 times a week, but kind of canked the deal after that. It just wasn't doing it for me at that time, and I wouldn't even say it wasn't doing it for me. When I went into CrossFit initially, my goal was straight up, I saw Rich Froning and I was like, hey, he ain't much. I was tripping. But I said, I'm just doing this for the sport. I want to go to the games, and I don't think that's a bad mentality I have, but for about 99% of the people that are doing CrossFit, I don't think that's mentality. Ain't nothing wrong with dreaming big, but that's kind of why I made my exit. I was going to the classes, and into my off time, I was doing all kind of crazy stuff. I stayed hurt at the time. I couldn't run a mile, and I was in the military. It just wasn't suiting my lifestyle. So fast forward to current day, and hey, I'm enjoying it. I'm actually borderline obsessed with it at this point. But let's talk about why I started doing it again. So I'm in PA school right now, and my time is tight. I know I've said it in prior videos, and I was kind of inspired by my little sister. I took a vacation before starting school, and she just got into CrossFit, right? And my sister doesn't work out, hasn't been consistent with working out pretty much ever. No disrespect, love her, but she's been off and on for years. I mean, I'm not saying she's unhealthy, but working out's never been her jam. But she started going to a CrossFit out in Ohio, CrossFit Skyfall. Just a second. Gotta focus at these stoplight, boy. They ain't playing. So yeah, so she was going to CrossFit Skyfall, and she's still going, and she was like, hey, remember when you used to do CrossFit? I'm going now, I love it. And she was just consistent, putting up videos and stuff, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm not gonna have a lot of time in my hands. I know CrossFit is a good workout, and it's a short workout, and that was enough for me to give it another trial. So 6 months into it and being consistent, it's been good so far. So what we'll go over now is who do I think CrossFit is for, and probably who it wouldn't be best for. Let's start off with that statement. Greg Glassman, the founder, kind of stated that CrossFit is for anybody but not for everybody. I know maybe it's kind of cliche, but it is true, and I'm going to try to build on that a little bit. Firstly, I'll mention this is a motovlogging channel, and you're like, hey, Corey, why are you bringing CrossFit into this? Well, I think that if you ride motorcycles, a similarity that I've seen, and I know it's going to sound crazy, is the communities. Now, I'm not saying the motorcycle community is the same as the CrossFit community, but what I'm going to say, in my personal experience with dabbling in both of them, is one thing about riding a bike is, regardless of another person's ethnicity or their background or whatever else they do, their job, if we both ride bikes, we're going to find some common ground because we're both passionate. You see someone on a bike, even if it's at a gas station, you're going to probably stop and talk to them, right? Y'all got, and y'all already have a kind of respect for each other, and it's almost like you're already friends, man. I've been just on Facebook, the motorcycle community groups that I'm in. Every time a bike goes down or if someone gets injured, the whole community is concerned and they're there to aid, man. And that's beautiful. What I'll say with the CrossFit community is it's kind of similar, right? Obviously, people aren't going down or getting in accidents necessarily because it's at the gym. But what I'll say about how it's relatable is in the CrossFit community, same thing, man. Different backgrounds, different jobs, different political views, but nobody gives a damn when you're in the gym. And the fact that you all are there, I don't want to say cult, but y'all all kind of have a bond, man. And you get close to these people that share the same crazy passion that you do. So I actually think that if you're on a bike and the motorcycle community is something that you enjoy, kind of awkward. If the motorcycle community is something that you enjoy, then CrossFit might be an avenue for you to consider. So who's CrossFit for? I think at the top of who I think it should be, who I think it suits, is definitely ex-athletes, whether that's the high school level, the college level, any of that. There's just a competitive spirit that comes with doing CrossFit, even if it's not on the competition aspect of it. When you're in that gym, a lot of times working out with, like I said, people you work out with every day, develop them bonds with them. It reminds me of whenever I was playing ball. Uh-oh. Thought you were talking to me. It reminds me of whenever I was playing ball. You know, you got those locker rooms on with the, I'm sorry, you're in the locker room with all your boys and you got the right music on, and it's just something special that's going on there during that off season. And CrossFit kind of gives me that similar feel. Whew, man, this traffic, I picked the wrong time, for sure. Alright, well, traffic is trash, but I'm going to try to continue this. So aside from ex-athletes, another person that I think CrossFit would be for is type A personalities. I'm a type A personality, believe it or not. But either way, why I say that with type A personalities is you go in a CrossFit gym, it's quick, it's to the point, and it's done, right? Even if you're not an ex-athlete, the thing about type A personalities is they are already usually competitive people, high achieving individuals, and there's a lot of goals that revolve around being competitive in CrossFit. And I keep saying competitive, and yes, there's the CrossFit Games, but CrossFit Games and CrossFit are not the same thing. But again, with the type A personalities, the many things that you can achieve even on a daily basis, knocking out PRs, and the short workout, because a lot of type A's are already in jobs that require a lot of their time, they're on a tight schedule. CrossFit fits into your life well, schedule wise. I think that's a big reason. Like I said, that's why I decided to do it in the first place. It's an hour workout max, and that's really, while I'm in school, all I have to offer. Who else I think CrossFit is for is actually someone just trying to get generally better health. CrossFit is actually a program that does not specialize in fitness. It's a bunch of different modalities combined into one program. A lot more on that, but I think it's for people that, hey, I think the misconception is that, oh, you got to come to CrossFit if you're already in shape. You've already been doing X, Y, Z for an amount of years, and you go there and you basically start off beast mode, and that's actually not the truth. That's actually almost the furthest it could be from the truth. I think CrossFit is for Not necessarily, I mean, if you are somebody sitting on the couch and hasn't done anything for years for you, or if you're somebody that's worried about getting better blood markers, dropping your A1C, dropping your cholesterol, trying to prevent yourself from chronic disease, or you currently have chronic disease and you don't want to take just meds to recover your to treat your symptoms, you actually want to treat the root cause of it. I think it's a great choice for a fitness program if that's something that you're considering. So we talked about who it is for, and honestly guys, it's for a lot more people than that, but we're running out of daylight, so I'm trying to get you all this info. Let's talk about who it's not for. Alright. First on the list is an athlete or a person, doesn't matter athlete, but someone that is requiring specific skills for training or a specific sport. Now, do I think CrossFit can supplement certain sports? Absolutely. But if you have a specific skill set that you're trying to do, let's say, I'm going to say actually, if you're a power lifter, you have 3 lifts that you need to be great at, CrossFit's not going to be for you. Or if you're not a power lifter and that's exactly what you're trying to achieve, it's not going to be for you. If you, to me, honestly, if you're in competitive sport, I don't think CrossFit is a goal, because it's not designed to make you good at a few things. It's designed to make you, I'd say, above average in multiple domains of fitness. And when competing or needing a specific program, it may not, CrossFit doesn't serve the bill for that. Second, this one might be controversial, but if you are strictly looking for a fitness program on the basis of physique, and when I say physique, I'm referring to bodybuilding, I'm referring to even bikini, super lean, where you have strictly physique goals, I don't necessarily think CrossFit is the best program for you. Now, there's a caveat to that. Will you change your physique doing will you change your physique doing CrossFit? Absolutely. Actually, I've gotten bigger doing CrossFit, more muscle doing CrossFit, and I'm not saying that's just from doing the program. I think part of that is me lifting weights more regularly, but also I've removed a lot of just straight up conditioning that I did on a regular prior to joining a CrossFit gym. I just had a lot more volume that I was doing in general, so I weighed less, but I've actually gained muscle doing CrossFit, which is cool. I'm definitely not mad about it. If you're strictly looking for a routine or a fitness program that's going to change your physique, I don't think CrossFit's that program. Again, it will change your physique, but let's say hey coach, I strictly want bigger biceps. I do think you can get bigger biceps for CrossFit, but you're not going to be in there doing bicep curls more than some gyms will, right? But it won't be a periodization program or a bodybuilding program where you're not doing a split routine or a bodybuilding routine that kind of is designed specifically for those kind of goals. And lastly, another person that I think that CrossFit may not be for, this one's kind of reaching, but I mean I'm sure there's people out there, is if you're not seeking to do difficult workouts, right? And look, yes, I know that's probably silly. Every program, well, majority of programs have a level of difficulty, but CrossFit usually requires a high intense approach to their workouts. Now, my coach doesn't program every workout to be like that. He utilizes different things such as EMOMs, which is like doing something every minute on the minute to like ramp up your intensity and then drop for a while, or even AMRAPs. Anyway, you guys have heard things like this. Or we'll do days, kind of programs where it's like the intensity ramp up and then it'll drop down. Not every CrossFit box is going to program that way. Everyone kind of has their own thing, but in general, I feel like it's safe to say that there's going to be some high intense workout, and that is not for everyone. It's actually one of the things that keeps me going to CrossFit is because I like it. I get challenged both physically and mentally from doing CrossFit workouts, and I like to perform and battle through some of those kind of workouts. But I know that's not what everybody's trying to do, and honestly, you don't have to do that to get in shape or get healthier. Controversial statement there, but I'll just leave it at that for now. Alright guys, so that about sums it up for my first CrossFit impressions after doing it for about 6 months, a little over 100 classes. And yeah, man, it's been good so far. Again, in summary, I think it's a great program for those limited on time, those that are seeking a competitive outlet, which it doesn't have to be just about competition. And when I say competition, I'm not necessarily saying competing against others, just kind of competing with yourself to get better. It's not focused on, you know, how you look in the mirror that day or just the pump that you get in a workout, which I'm not against that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. But it's when you go in the gym, I see what's on that whiteboard, and I'm strategizing. How am I going to tackle this? Am I going to go all out on this first round and try to see where it takes me, and possibly red line? And by red line, I mean like, hey, basically fizz out, don't have any energy left. Or am I gonna chop this workout up, break it into a couple of sets? That way I can have, you know, a better time that I finish the workout in, but also still get some good work, right? But yeah, like even when I go into each workout, I'm not going to the workout just to get some exercise. I feel like I'm training, all right? And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to approach each workout, and I have a goal in mind literally each day I'm in the gym, and that's pretty dope, at least to me, which is keeping me going. So we'll see. Six months in, and I'm hoping to continue to do it at least the remainder of my time in San Antonio, which is a little less than a year from now. And I'm planning on doing the Open coming up in February, and I'm even signed up for a High Rock. So either way, if you guys like this content, you know, hit me up in the comments. You know, I know it's a motovlog, but I do want to incorporate some fitness in there, because I can yap about fitness. I've been doing that for a long time. Motorcycles are still new to me, but I love both of them, and I'm trying to find a way to kind of intertwine them to make it entertaining and also educational for you viewers. So alright guys, peace out. This traffic is ridiculous.